Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, thanks for stopping by. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and that like button if you haven't already. If you're returning, welcome back. It is good to see you. Yes, the name of the channel has changed, so I'm gonna explain that. The reason why I've changed the channel name is because there is another family that has a very similar name, well, the exact same name, but they're bigger, so it's kind of hard for people to find us, so thus the name changed from the Rivera family to being the Riveras. And it is a new year and new things popping. I just wanted to come back in full swing and let you guys know what's going on. So the first thing that I wanted to post coming back is definitely my birth story of my last baby. My baby girl, she is 4 months now, so this video is well overdue, but I'm just here to share that experience and that story with you guys. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get right into the video. Like I said, if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to our channel. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. Hit us up down in the comment section. Let us know what you want to see. Let us know what you're thinking. We got a whole bunch of new things going on and we want to share with you guys. So just let me know what you're looking forward to seeing. Anyways, let's get into this. So my labor was not long at all. Let's start with like a couple of days beforehand. So, well, a week beforehand. So the week before I gave birth, my midwife, she saw me on that Thursday. She swept my membranes, and she was like, okay, so hopefully we'll have a baby by this week end. At the time, I was like 2 centimeters dilated, and I think she said 90% of phase. No, not 90% of phase. Sorry. She said that I was only like 10% of phase at the time. So she swept my membranes and she was like, hopefully this will get the ball rolling, because she wanted me to go ahead and have her. I was ready to go ahead and have her. Her due date was October 28th, and I ended up having her on the 23rd. So she was born at 39 weeks. So fast forward, nothing happened. Like, I had a couple of contractions. They were kind of strong, but it was nothing consistent. And at that point, I was just ready to get it over with, get her out. I was ready to get this done. That following Thursday, I had my membrane swept again. So she swept my membranes again, and I went home, and I was like, okay, I hope tonight is the night. Went home, I was feeling like contractions after she swept my membranes, and it was consistent contractions, but then they kind of just stopped and then they tapered off, and I was like, okay, well, this isn't happening tonight. So I just like went and took a bath, and I think I ate like pineapples that night for dinner, and that was all that I had. So when I woke up that morning, I woke up to get my son ready for school. He does virtual school, so I was getting him up and ready for school that day, and I kept feeling like this pain, or not pain, I just kept feeling like this weird feeling down in that area, and I had to go to the bathroom really bad. So I went to the bathroom, and as I was using the bathroom, I saw blood. when I wiped. So I was like, okay, there's blood. That's normal. You know, you get bloody show. So then I went and I just kept having to go to the bathroom. So I went and I got my son's food ready for him to eat breakfast before he goes to class. And again, I'm like, I have to go to the bathroom. So I went to the bathroom again. And this time it was like more blood. And I was like, okay, at this point, there's more blood. I feel like I'm going into labor soon. So I woke my husband up because he was still sleeping. It was like 6:30 in the morning at the time. So I woke him up and I'm like, I am not sure, but I think I may be going into labor. I'm not sure, but I think that you should be awake, for one, and for two, that I should call my midwife just to make sure or see what she wants me to do. So I called her and I told her, I was like, I'm having some contractions. They're not really painful at all, but I'm having contractions and I am bleeding. And she's like, okay, well, come to the hospital, go to labor and delivery, and we'll check you out and see what's going on. So I'm like, cool. I get all washed up and everything because I'm like, I want to wash and everything else. I don't want to be dirty when I go in there. So I get all washed up and I'm just like moving slow. At this point, I'm moving slow. And my husband's like, you're having contractions. You need to come on. We need to get out of here. We need to go. And I'm like, we're good. So I called my parents and I'm like, I need to go to the hospital. I need you guys to get the kids. So we pack up everything. I pack everything that I need or that I think that I need. And we get all the kids into the car and we go to my parents' house and we drop the kids off. And I'm still like, at this point, I'm good. Like, I'm feeling like contractions, but they're not really that painful. So I'm like, I'm good. I'm probably like 5 centimeters, if that. I'm like, we're probably gonna be in this hospital for a long time. And my whole goal was to not be there for a long time because, you know, delivering during COVID, it was kind of weird. We had to wear a mask and everything else. And I just was like, not with it. So we go to the hospital. We are there. We get there, we get out, we call one of my really good friends, Amber, to let her know, hey, we're going into the labor and delivery right now. And she's like, okay. So she prays with us over the phone as we're walking in. And it's her daughter's birthday. So her oldest daughter, it's her birthday that same day. So I'm like, happy birthday, blah blah. And I was like, it'll be so cool if we have 2 birthdays on the same day. But anyway, so we get in there, we get up to labor and delivery, and well, we get up to the front and they're like, where are you going? You're going to labor and delivery? I'm like, yeah. So they're like, all right, so do you need a wheelchair? And I'm like, no. And they're like, do you want to take the elevator? I'm like, no, I don't want to take the elevator. My husband's like, let's take the elevator because I don't think you can make it up the steps or whatever. And I'm like, no, let's go up the stairs. I want to go up the stairs. I'm trying to get this baby out. So I want to go up the stairs. So we're climbing up all the steps, go up all the steps. And then to get to labor and delivery in that particular hospital, you do have to take 1 elevator ride. So we went onto the elevator and we get up to the door. And then as soon as we're like in the elevator, that's when the contractions start hurting. So at this point, I'm like, okay, I'm in pain and these are hurting. We get up to the desk. We get in, get up to the desk. I check in. And as I'm like filling out all the paperwork and everything else, I am in pain. Like, it is getting painful. Now at this point, I'm like, okay, I'm probably getting more dilated right now, but it's probably nothing. I said in the car to Will, I'm like, I'm gonna do this natural. I wanna do this natural. I think I can do it. I didn't want an epidural at all because I had an epidural with all my other kids, and I just didn't want the epidural. So my midwife is already there. She got there before I did. So when I called her, she had went to the hospital expecting us to go right to the hospital, but again, I took forever. So we didn't get there for a while, and once we got there, they checked me and they're like, sweetheart, you're 9 centimeters dilated. 30 more minutes and you would have had the baby in the car. But my contractions were all over the place, so I was like having some. They put me on the monitor and they monitored me for like 15 minutes or so, and they were like, they monitored me for like 30 minutes. I'll say it was like 30 minutes. So they monitored me and they said my contractions were all over the place. So they were like, oh, we're gonna give you a little bit of Pitocin just to get your contractions going and more consistent. So at this point, I'm like, I don't want Pitocin, but I've gotta have it because I gotta have this baby. So they give me the Pitocin, and they break my water because, yes, at 9 centimeters dilated, I still had my water sac. It was bulging. So it had been bulging the whole time. Actually, she had told me that it was bulging when I had my checkup on Thursday, but it never burst. So they broke my water, and then once they did that, I was in so much pain. Like, those contractions were hitting me back to back to back to back to back, and I was like not comfortable in any position at all. And then I kept like asking, can I go to the bathroom? They were like, no, you can't go to the bathroom. You can't go to the bathroom. I was like, please, can I go to the bathroom? I really need to go. And at this point, I take medicine for Crohn's. It's like IBS, but it's kind of worse because when you have flare-ups of that, you can actually cause damage to the colon, and that's a whole nother story. Anyway, I thought that I was having a bout of that, so I was like, I think that I'm gonna use the bathroom on myself. I really need to go to the bathroom. Please let me go to the bathroom. So finally, they're like, okay, yeah, you can go to the bathroom. You can walk to the bathroom. And I was like, okay, cool. So I walk to the bathroom. I go use the bathroom, and it's nothing but pee and blood coming out. And I'm like, okay, cool. This is fine. Whatever. Well, then I went back to the bed, and I'm like, okay, can I stand up instead of sitting down and like rock? So they're telling me, okay, yeah, you can rock and you can stand on the side of the bed. So I'm standing on the side of the bed, rocking back and forth. My husband's rubbing my back, and he's trying to get me calmed down because the pain is really bad. And at that point, I'm crying, like crying from the contractions. Well, I wouldn't say I was crying. I was just like, I really want this over. I really want this over. Like, I want to push, get this baby out of me. So, I tell them that I'm feeling like that. Like, I feel like I want to push. Like, I feel like I need to push. And they're like, well, well, we can try it, but you're not ready yet, because they checked me again and they were like, there was still the stuff on the side. It didn't clear up. I was dilated to 10 centimeters, but I was not fully effaced. They're like, we need to get you fully effaced before you can start pushing. After they put a ball between my legs and they had me like lay on my side for a while, they were like, well, we're just gonna start pushing. My midwife came in. She's like, we're just gonna start pushing, and we'll see if I can just hold that out of the way while she's pushing. So I started pushing. They were like, this is good, we can go ahead and continue. So we kept going. I pushed a total of 9 times, and after that 9th push got her all the way out. But let me tell y'all, nobody told me about that ring of fire. Some people said they didn't feel it. I personally did, and let me tell you, when her head was at that hole, I was like, what is going on? Why am I burning down there? This is not right. But that last push, after when I felt that last push, I was like, oh no, she has to get out. So I pushed that last push and she came out. Now, some things I will say, when they broke my water, oh, baby's awake. Okay, so when they broke my water, she had already taken her first poop in the womb. Again, she was another one that did that. If you saw my other birth story about my other baby, Bella, she did the same exact thing. She used the potty in the womb. So they were really trying to get her out quickly. That was why they gave me the Pitocin, to kind of like speed the process along. Otherwise, they would have just let it go naturally how it was gonna go. And I looked at her, and the first thing that I said was, oh my gosh, she's so big. So they put her on me, and she was huge. And I was like, wow, this is a huge baby. I think my husband was saying how pretty she was, or how much hair she had. During the whole process of like when they broke my water, when they put me on Pitocin and everything, I did do my makeup again. They were talking about how I was like in active labor, 9 centimeters dilated, and I'm still like just doing stuff like whatever. They gave me a mirror. That was great. I always love the mirrors when I'm giving birth because I can see good pushes and everything. And actually how I got her out was literally on my side. So like they told me to turn on my side and hold my leg like to the side like this. And once I did that, I was able to push her all the way out. So she was born at 11/17 on October 23rd, 2020. And she was 20 inches long, and she was 8 pounds when she was born. Took her to her 4-month appointment, and she is 27 inches long, and she is 14 pounds. So she is a pretty big baby. She is the size of an average 7-month-old male baby. She's pretty big. She's super sweet. She's starting to get her personality, and we have started her on baby foods. Her name is Ari Christian. All of my girls have unisex names. They're either their first name or their middle name is unisex. So Bella's middle name is Noah, Jordan is Jordan Kendall, and Jaden is Jaden Nicole. So they each have a unisex name. I ended up finding a name that I felt was beautiful and fitting. So her name is Ari Christian, which means Lion of God, follower of Christ. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Again, if you haven't already, go ahead and like this video. Go ahead and subscribe to our channel for more videos. So let me know what you guys want to see in the future. Let me know what you think. If you have any questions, hit me up in the comment section. I will comment back and answer any questions that you guys have. Yeah. So thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.